Hi, welcome to the Aston Martin. My name is Daniela Giuliao, and I'm going to be your guide here on all things Aston Martin. So right now we're standing at 300 Biscayne Boulevard Way. It is the last waterfront lot in the downtown Brickell area, which was available. It was actually purchased about 6 years ago at $125 million, which was the highest recorded land transaction per square foot south of Manhattan. And this is for two reasons. First, it was the last waterfront lot in the downtown Brickell area. It makes it a really coveted area of Miami and not that much availability. Second, we actually have 470 linear feet of dock slips right in front of the building. This space can actually accommodate 400-foot mega yachts, and there's only two places in Miami that can do that, and it's our lot and the Port of Miami, which is one of the largest in the world. Now, with this in mind, we have our gorgeous building. Total 66 stories with 391 units, of which we have about 190 different floor plans. In part, that's due to the curvature of the building, which was actually designed with the same curvature as the Aston Martin cars. That same nice geometric line. When you come in, you actually come in between two main lobbies. You have the East and the West lobby. East lobby services only 2 units, lines 1 and 2. So we have 3 private elevators for 2 units. The West lobby breaks up into 2 separate areas, one where we have private elevators for lines 3 and 4 here that are flow-through units as well, and one where we're sharing maximum 3 elevators per 4 units. So just to give you an idea, we have about 9 floor plans per floor with 10 elevators in the building total. One of the great things about our building is our walls are mainly structured in concrete. This is why we have so many elevators. So while we may have 9 units per floor and 10 elevators per floor as well, you can't go from one side of the building to another to another. Within the building, we have anywhere from 1 to 5 bedrooms. We range in square footages from 767 square feet to 3,994. Our common areas are some of the most expansive in Miami. They're located between the 52nd and the 55th story. In total, we have 42,275 square feet of common areas. In one of the highest points, not just of our tower, because it's located between the 52nd and the 55th, but of the city of Miami, because we pass all the surrounding buildings already by the 47th story. So you have open water and city views 365 degrees. Now, what do we have within our common areas? We have a lot. We start on the 52nd floor, which has business centers with conference rooms, waiting areas. We have kids' playrooms. We have an adolescent playroom, which is kind of like a gaming room with pool, billiards, things like that. And we have about 10,000 square feet of spa on the 53rd floor. This includes beauty salon, barbershop, treatment suites. We have an internal pool where you can actually watch the sunset, and a gym which ranges from the 53rd to the 54th floor in this entire corner of the building, overlooking the Biscayne Bay. We also feature a golf simulator as well as a putting green and 2 movie theaters. And one of my favorite amenities, and I've been up there, so it's just absolutely stunning, is located on the 55th story, where we have an infinity style pool like the Marina Bay in Singapore, where you feel like you're going to fall off the edge of the border. It is absolutely stunning, passes all the surrounding buildings in Brickell and downtown. And it's accompanied by 5 jacuzzis divided by landscaping, so each jacuzzi gets its own private space, as well as a poolside bar. So if you want to grab a quick drink, a coffee, a tea, a mimosa, you can do so without having to go downstairs or leave your building. All of these common areas are solely private just for the residents of the building. We have no commercial spaces. There's no restaurants, no hotels, nothing. And it was done on purpose because of our spectacular location. We really wanted that when the residents came in, they came into sort of this private oasis. So they were transported from the middle of the city to their own private space of luxury. Now, after the common areas, we reach our penthouses. From the 56th story to the 62nd, each story is only 1 apartment. So they're actually 360-degree views per apartment, each one with their own pool per floor. In size, these range from about 9,000 square feet and change to 10,400. However, the crown of the building is our crown, right? The last 3 stories are a 19,856 square foot penthouse, which has actually been named the Vulcan Penthouse because whoever takes this unit is actually going to take the last remaining Aston Martin Vulcan in the world without an owner, which we have here downstairs, and hopefully we'll show you some shots of that, which are beautiful. Right now we're standing at the Aston Martin Residences kitchen. So everything is perfectly curated for our brand. White marble flooring, which is a Thasos marble from the Greek island, which they actually use in the Pantheon, to the gray quartz countertops and backsplash are all done with the Aston Martin aesthetic in mind. Our cabinetry is all a white bull top kitchen cabinetry. It's a German brand, it's minimalistic, and it actually comes with a couple of accessories, like for example, the tray, which you can take out or leave in, and also the dividers, which come in different sizes and different materials. So you'll see a variety of these throughout. Now, it is silent close and all continues up until the ceiling. So there is a lot of storage here in our kitchens. Now, I know what you're thinking, the height. I get it asked at least once per presentation. This is a penthouse height. It's 12 feet of height. However, regular units, anything underneath the common areas, will be about 10 feet of height. So the cabinetry is much easier to reach and you'll be able to utilize it as storage. All of our appliances are Gaggenau. It's been a brand that's been around since 1684. It's a fantastic brand. All of our stovetops, for example, use induction heating. When you turn it on, it all becomes a sensor. So you can put the metal pot wherever you want and the heat will follow solely where the metal pot is. It can be set on a timer, and if you move it from one side to another and you touch this, it'll be warm, but it's not gonna burn you. Let's take a look at the refrigerators and our freezers. So our refrigerators are all done in glass and stainless steel. The circulation actually goes inside of the door to maintain this area very cold, and the racks are automatic, so you can actually move them up and down with the touch of a button, which is also kind of neat. When you close it, it actually compresses to suction out the heating, so it maintains the food fresher for longer. But everything is basically flush within our kitchens. Now over here we have the microwave and the oven. Both are touch open. They both heat up to 520 degrees Fahrenheit. They open 180 degrees sideways. So if you're cooking, you don't have to step over in order to put the food inside. The microwave works also as a convection oven, so both of them are ovens, but it also functions as a microwave. And they can cook you wood oven pizza every 2 minutes, fun fact. Now, one of the big things I think when deciding this brand was, look, we need something that is durable and will last us for many, many years, won't need tons of replacements. That's why we went with Gaggenau. When they designed these, they wanted the look of stainless steel, but so that it's not difficult to maintain, they actually put glass on top of it, so it won't leave fingerprints and will be good for a very long time. And in general, that's all of the materials in the kitchens. Our cabinets, for example, when you open them, not only are they extra reinforced with hinges, but when you close the door, this actually pops into the socket to maintain the distribution of weight on both sides, so that not one side is heavier than the other. Unless you're hanging from them, you'll be totally good for 20 plus years. And they don't use any glue, so the glue won't come undone. It's all sealed using a laser by hand. And then all of the air conditioning ducts in the kitchens and all of the unit are actually lineal diffusers, so you'll be able to see it like that. So it's a gorgeous, gorgeous look. We're standing in the Aston Martin bathrooms. Now, in the bathrooms, all of the flooring is actually white marble, and the plaques get bigger in the bathrooms and continue up until the walls. Fun fact, the walls in our construction actually had to be extra reinforced to sustain the amount of marble that we have here. All of our countertops are white quartz countertops, and the light is integrated with the mirrors, so best selfie lighting in the game is right here. Now, all of the faucetry in the bathrooms, the kitchens, as well as the rain showers, are all Hansgrohe. And it's the Axer model of Hansgrohe, which is one of the top in their brands. Our tubs are white bulky, and in some of the units, it's actually overlooking the water. But because the glass in our building is reflective, nobody will be able to see you inside. So to give it a touch of contrast, since we have so much white in the bathrooms, we actually added a wall of charcoal marble as the backdrop to the rain showers. Our toilets are all built with Duravit and Toto, and the doors inside the units are actually Bertolotto doors. And so they're magnetic. The hinges lay flat, so you won't be able to see them inside or outside. And when you shut them, they lock and they're magnetic. So it's super cool. All of our windows are, of course, soundproof and impact resistance, and they're the Shaka windows. So they're absolutely fantastic. So when thinking about purchasing here in Miami, and especially at the Aston Martin, there's a few things to know. First, we are the only building delivering luxury building for the next 4 years. It's a really exciting point in the market, so it kind of gives us an advantageous position. Second, we're about 90% sold out. So the remaining inventory, which is still just as gorgeous, gets sold quick. We're expected delivery date in Q1 of 2023. We're arriving very, very soon. Second, our HOA is $1.05 per square foot. This includes everything except for electricity. We have about 9 different floor plans per floor, so we could have anything between 767 square feet to 3,991. Our payment schedule is a very simple one. We typically do 20% at moment of contract, 15% July 1st, 2022, and then December 1st, 2022 would be the last 15%. When we close, we typically require 50% of payment. This can be either paid in cash or financed, but it's up to you. My name is Daniela Giuliao, and this has been the Aston Martin Residences at 300 Biscayne Boulevard Way, the first and only one in the world.